Clog TV.
Beyond the policy.
Oh, wait, I do not. It is yet another beautiful week, and as always, it's a pleasure to be back on your screens. Good morning, cherished viewers. You are welcome to the Cocoa Digest Morning Show. I am your host, Yaira Awuno. Now, here on the Cocoa Digest Morning Show, we bring to you the most informative, educative, and entertaining segments like business, sports, finance, all kinds of lifestyle topics, even the motivational quotes to give you a well-rounded experience and sets the tone for your day. We are live here on Clog TV, where you can also catch us on GoTV channel 184. And don't forget to stream us live on Facebook and on YouTube as well. Join the conversation, send in your comments, send your questions to our WhatsApp number that will be displayed later on. I have here with me Miss Bevelyn Annobel, and she is going to be giving us the motivational quote of the day.
Hello to you and good morning to you, our lovely viewers. I am Honorable Bevelyn A.J. Bia, and this is Motivational Quote on the Cocoa Digest Morning Show. Well, today happens to be the last Tuesday in the month of July, and hope July treated you so well. And if it didn't go well as expected, don't worry. I guess it's just in a few days' time, so we just hope for the best. This morning, our quote from Audrey Hepburn is telling us that nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. The word itself says that I am possible. So this morning, I just want to tell you that we go through life challenges and we say to ourselves that we want to give up. We want to give up because nothing is going on well. Our goals seems so unreachable. But in this morning, I just want to tell you that there's no limit to what you can achieve in this life. There's no limit to hard work, determination, and the right mindset. You are good to go. And I just want to tell you that our mindset actually influences how we see situations. So you have to tell yourself that you can do it. You can do anything. Give yourself this kind of positive affirmations. I'm courageous, I am confident, I can do this, and that makes a whole lot of differences. So today, as you go about your day, I just want you to tell yourself that you can actually face anything that life throws at you. And even the word says that impossible means I am possible. This is all I have for you today on Motivational Quote. Don't forget to share your thoughts on our social media platform with the hashtag #InspireWithCocoa Show. Do have a blessed day, and know that wherever you find yourself, you have to give that positivity to others as well. Do have a wonderful day.
Wow, thank you so much, Miss Bevelyn. That was a very inspiring quote. And I'm sure you have been inspired just as much as we have been inspired here in the studios of Clog TV. Today, we are celebrating the World Friendship Day. So as we go on in the show, we'll be talking about friendships and best friendships. You can also send in your comments. You can call in and send some shout outs to your best friends. Appreciate your friends, just like we appreciate ourselves here in the studios of Clog TV. As you go about your day, please remember that we're in the rainy season, so get strapped with an umbrella, a raincoat, get a pullover, a cardigan, and make sure to keep yourself and your loved ones safe at vantage points, especially in flood-prone areas. Up next, we have the online and newspaper review, but before that, let us enjoy
That's
I don't know how some people
like
think.
Well,
I was
they might
scared.
have.
Well,
For
they
her to
say-
even come out and sit there, what if you had fallen or something?
Maybe she's been there a few times, so she's gotten the lay of the land. But
Okay,
then also
so-
they said necessity is the mother of all inventions. And if the need for shelter has been so intense that someone has found, how did you even find that
Get
corner?
there.
To get there, lay your bed in, and that's a place to lay your head. And you're even bringing girlfriends.
Yaya, that's aside.
Yes. Let me touch a little bit on the NDC's launch over the weekend. It was very. I followed it
Okay.
on other media platforms, and as she said, the crowd was there. They featured some musicians who are even indigenous of Tabale,
Okay.
like Kenai Soba and other people who were there to grace the occasion. So it's very nice, or it was very nice. But at the end of the day, we are looking at what you are bringing to Ghanaians. It's not a matter of what you come out to say, but after you saying it, is that what you are going to do when the power is given to you? So that is what Ghanaians we are looking out for in this 2024 election. Frankly speaking, we are sick and tired of all the promises. So we want action. So no matter what, over the week, I think I heard another story about the current running mate for the New Product Party also made a comment on buying a phone and paying it in installments to an extent of 1 Ghana cedis, 2 cedis, and it's when you go to social media, a lot of people were talking about it. So what we want to tell them is the promises are enough. We want action.
Yes.
So when power is given to you, please try and make sure you deliver.
And we have
okay. So the last trending is today happens to be the International Friendship Day. Yes.
2024.
It's not easy. Mimi, this
friend.
But let me
That's the
do you
question.
have a best friend?
Mimi, I have a best friend. But when I start talking about my best friend story, my best friend is a lady.
Hey,
Hey,
Wow.
I know.
men with female best friends.
Oh yes,
Let me
yes,
have
yes,
to elaborate. Because
So my
this
best
one
friend is a
here-
lady.
Okay.
Somewhere 2006. I have 2 female friends. They are all my best friends because we started from day one and we grew up together, and now we are still connected. The only problem is one is married, and you see when she gets married, she have to let it be. But you see, Shakespeare said something. He says that old friends are like alphabets, and new friends are poems. Never ignore old friends, because you will need the alphabet to
Write your point.
write your poems. So we just want to tell viewers, today is International Friendship Day. Don't ignore the old people who stood with you in terms of trial. You see, some people, when they reach an extent, they ignore those who helped them. William says we shouldn't do that. Remember it. And I also quote T.D. Jakes. He said we have 4 types of friends. I know Mimi will do more about this on the lifestyle segment. He said we have 4 types of friends. We have a friend who loves you because of what you love, not because of you. He loves what you love. We have another friend who is just your friend because of what you hate. You see, the day you stop hating what he hates, he stop being your friend.
The enemy of my enemy is your friend.
Yes. And so you have another friend who is just with you for a particular assignment. At the end of the assignment, he goes his way. And you have a friend who will be with you for the rest of your life. So anybody whom you come across, you should get to know why is the person in your life. So if you get to know why the person is in your life, that is when you know the place you put the person. But if you fail to know why the person is in your life, trust me, the person will be there and you might think he's bringing evil, he's bringing bad things, bad luck. Maybe his season of friendship is over. So you just have to let the person go.
That's true.
And this year's theme, we are embracing diversity and also fostering unity. I have this friend who once told me that, Mimi, if someone comes into your life, just use the board mass,
Okay.
the mathematics. Yes. So the person is either coming to put you in a bracket, the person is coming to multiply you, the person is coming to subtract from you, add, and all those kind of formulas. So you need to understand the kind of friend you have, and then, as Clement said, you position them. So we are embracing diversity and also fostering unity. The phone lines are going to be opened in the course of the conversation. So you can call and wish your friends, your best friends, say something nice to them. I mean, Ghanaians don't appreciate people.
But today they are going to appreciate.
Oh yes,
yes.
So
because I have a best friend watching.
Okay.
I know he will send a message.
Oh no. So we have a message from John Smith, and he says, "Wow, Clock TV. I like the view for today. The changes are very nice. Keep the good work up. Big ups." Thank you very much, John Smith. Thank you for your comment. Please send in your comments. As you heard, today we are celebrating International Friendship Day. So send in your messages to your friends, your heartfelt, beautiful messages to your friends and loved ones. Call to give them shout outs. We will read everything out for you. So yes, back to our newspaper review. Miss, who will start?
Okay, let me start. Okay. So I have with me today's daily graphic, and on the front page, we are seeing Jakpe's actions constituted misconduct, and this is the Chief of Defense Staff speaking as he told the court over the weekend. And we also have mid-year budget silent on long-term reforms, PWC, and we have the ministry recruits 15,200 nurses, midwives, and the process starts on Monday. And this is a story that has also been trending. I think the whole of yesterday made news in most of the media platforms as the Ministry of Health announced its 15,200 recruitment of nurses and midwives, and they are saying the process will start on Monday, just next week Monday. And so all nurses should take notes. But the minority in Parliament have also reacted to this, and they are saying that they are labeling this as government's decision to, it's a strategy or an electioneering strategy to deceive graduate nurses. And this is what they said. Although this comes as welcome news after several unanswered calls on government to recruit qualified healthcare graduates into the Ghana Health Service, the ministry is of the view that the recruitment should be, at the very least, a predictable annual affair that feeds into a broad framework of consistently delivering quality health service for Ghanaians. And giving an address in Parliament yesterday, the ranking member of Parliament Select Committee on Health, Pabna Minta Akando, said the opening was a strategy to deceive the nurses who had suffered years of unemployment. And they are advising all graduate health workers not to be hoodwinked by these last-minute political gimmicks, tricks and machinations into believing that recruitment will be handled better going forward. So that is the advice minority is given to graduate nurses and midwives who intend to partake in this recruitment. They are saying they shouldn't fall for the MPPs or the incumbent government's, tricks or strategy of getting them to vote for them. It's an election year.
Yeah, but I think the PR of the Ministry of Health was in an interview I watched, and he was saying that it is not true. They've actually been given some clearance to recruit, and so it's going to even start from people who have finished school as far back as 2020. So they would have this whole online recruitment and a portal. So he even cautioned our nurses at home not to fall for people who come and tell them that, oh, bring money, I'll do it for you, those things. And then also they shouldn't be scared that just because it's starting from the people who finished school in 2020, maybe the more recent ones would not be. Because even if you are not cleared yet, it's not yet time for you to be recruited, they will get clearance again along the line during the year. Later in the year, I think, and then they will do more recruitment, yes.
So if we are delving into this, I know it's part of the online, but if we are delving, the question I want to ask is, why now?
That's the question I was coming to.
Why?
Because why now?
He also stated that earlier this year, they did do some recruitments, but he couldn't give a figure on how many were actually recruited because some of them were posted to various places, remote areas that they didn't like, so they didn't go. So they couldn't really get a specific number of people that actually took up the postings. But it seems that it's more of a money issue. So they've been receiving clearance small, And even they are recruiting at all the 3 basic levels, the degree, the diploma, and then the last one has this name, it's a term, but I think it's a little lower than the diploma level.
So that's the certificate.
Yes, I think, okay, let's call it the certificate. I've forgotten it.
But you see, as Mimi said, I'm so much concerned about why now. This could have been done way back 2020.
Yes.
Someone has completed school for the past 4 years.
Yes.
The person's at home. And nursing is about practicality.
Yes.
So when you go to school and you stay home for 4 years without putting it to work, just imagine. And bringing the person back to the sector to start working, the person will now have to undergo another on-job training before he gets used to the environment. So we want to plead with the government that, you see, that's why the minority is saying it's political. Yes, because nobody would see this one to be, if really you wanted to do it, it should have been far years ago.
What measures have they put in place to ensure that, just as you said, you said those that were posted earlier refused, because they were posted to some of the rural areas, and what measures have governments put in place to ensure that these people do not come back saying they will not go to their posted areas, or even, feel enticed to leave the country, because they are trying to fill a gap, because a lot of health practitioners have left the country, so they are trying to fill that gap. But what are you doing to ensure that these people do not leave? Have you built enough houses to facilities to house these nurses? Working conditions, are you thinking of all these things? And even so as Clement said, it is a practice that they need to give them. And so if they don't put measures in place to ensure that these nurses are comfortable to work to help the country get to wherever we want to get, it's going to be like that kind of cycle. You post them, they run away, you post them, that
so
kind of thing.
It seems that the government has to actually do it simultaneously, where they are improving upon the facilities of these various healthcare facilities in all around the country, as well as recruiting people, so that at least the promise of hope, you see the place, you can see some renovations going on, you know that, within a few months or give or take a few years, I will be in a better working condition, and then it would also help.
Because this profession, it has to do with passion. If the person is not passionate about it, I know most people go into nursing not because they are passionate about it, but because they want to get something doing. Okay, let's put that aside. What are you doing to motivate these people to become passionate about the work they are going to do? Right? So that is what we are all saying. Government should ensure that working conditions are a bit comfortable.
Much better. It's true. But then also we should commend them, because if they've sat back to consider the fact that people have been home unemployed for 4 years or more, and now they've taken them up that, okay, we would even start from these people and then work our way down. So maybe the government would sort of facilitate or make it quicker, the clearances, they will bring them quicker, so that, because I think this may be one of the largest recruitments they are doing so far. And
Bayera, before you continue, has the allowance been paid?
Yes.
Well,
it was presented in the budget,
I think last week we did talk about the fact that some amount of money has been released for teaching and nursing trainees.
Like it's reflecting in their pockets.
That's my concern.
Maybe we will invite one of their
reps. So if you're a nurse and you're watching us, you can send a comment and let us know
if your allowance has been paid. Let's know.
So I think that as they've taken this up to do for them, it's a good thing, because somebody would have said, those people, they should find something else to do. Let's focus on the ones who just finished
Some have even
school.
given up. I read comments under the post, and some people said, we are not even interested, because 2024 years down the line. Some of us have been very longer. They've
1 year down the line.
Some,
and this still gives them some amount of hope, especially the passionate ones who are still holding on to this desire to work as a nurse, a midwife, a health practitioner, basically. And it will even help. The other day we were talking about the schools and their, nurses and the whole hospital issue where the guy died and everything. If we get now competent people working in these various schools, various districts, various facilities that need medical attention or medical professionals, it will help us, because 15,000 people being employed, that's quite a lot. And I mean, we'll commend them, but of course, there's room for improvements. They should put something up. So yes, what is the next?
There's the graphic business.
Okay.
And page 2 of the graphic business talks about Ghana Savings and Loans Association. They held a meeting. That was last Tuesday. That was their annual general meeting, and a lot of concern were raised during this meeting. The executive secretary talked about the fact that the sake of the introduction of the digitalization, yes, they should also make sure that they master or they take advantage of that and improve their system of working in the savings and loans industry. So he said that the Ghana Association of Savings and Loans Company has emphasized the need for collaborations among savings and loans companies, regulators, and technology firms to drive financial inclusion in the coming years. The association believes embracing digital technologies and advocating supportive policies are crucial steps towards creating an inclusive financial ecosystem. So he is speaking to the fact that they should take advantage of the introduction of the digital systems. And he also said over the years, the performance of savings and loans compared to that of the previous years, it's quite improving sake of the introduction of this digital system. So on the same page, that's paragraph 5, he said that as at this year, they had a surplus of 1,963 Ghana cedis compared to last year, 2022, which was 39,813. And the association net assets increased to 478,648 in 2023 compared to net assets of 476,685 in 2022. But he also made few challenges that the association is facing, and one of the challenges they are facing has to do with the lending rate or the lending rate in Ghana. So he said the lending rate makes lending very, very expensive, because at the end of the day, the interest rate the person is supposed to pay goes very high, and it does not make their work really goes on well. They are not able to get the best returns that they need. So these are the few concerns that they raise during their annual general meeting.
I think it's a good thing that they raised this concern, because I mean, we all know how digitalization has taken the forefront of Ghana's economy, helping improve businesses and other things. Saving and loans for some time has been that kind of, I don't know, people have that kind of local perception about it. And because of that, management of people's monies and other things are not really done, correctly or appropriately. So I think the introduction of, delving into digitalization will help in the efficiency of delivery of services, cost reduction, as you said, and also data management. It's very important, because we've moved from that stage of taking records in the Susu card. You need to keep everything on your phone.
On your phone. But
what do you think?
How many people have, the adequate understanding and access to these things as well? That's why you see that maybe our older generations are always saying the paper is better, because that one, that, okay, watch, but this one, click, he doesn't even know what click is.
Oh, but this one, it's going to benefit some portion of,
So what about the others that?
And they can go with the...
So the whole issue, as you said, the education needs to go down. They can break it down to their level of understanding. And I believe they will do that, so that everybody will understand. As Mimi said, mostly savings and loans is associated with, let's say, our mothers. The market women. They just have a small group, about 10, 15, and you go to a particular bank for money, and they start paying. So at the end of the day, they realize that they pay more interest more interest. So that's one of the challenge the executive secretary was talking about. But the interesting thing is today we'll be talking about lending rates on the business update segment. Yes, so that we will get to know the current lending rate of Ghana from the Bank of Ghana.
All right, thank you. So we have a few comments. We have Ackman Multimedia, and he says, "Good morning, Clog TV and your team." Good morning to you. And then Rose Entertainment says, "Good morning. I'm Charles, watching you from Dubai, and I'm enjoying your segment, More Fire." Thank you so much for your comments. And so now, the online news, it says here, GACL, ECG, and 8 other state entities owe GRA nearly 1 billion Ghana cedis in taxes. The Ghana Revenue Authority, GRA, is owed more than 1 billion Ghana cedis in taxes by 10 state organizations, including the Ghana Airports Company Limited and the Electricity Company of Ghana. Officials from GRA disclosed this during a meeting with the Public Accounts Committee on Monday, July 29, and the committee expressed concerns about the unnecessary companies like the Tema Oil Refinery, even though some of the other companies are operational and have indicated a willingness to pay. For example, a GRA representative stated that GACL and Graphic Corporation are currently experiencing cash flow challenges. They have informed us that in order for them to get in touch with us again, we must grant them a moratorium, and they are therefore willing to pay for them upon improvement of their cash flow. So this is what's happening.
And I'm surprised to hear that government entities, state entities, are evading taxes. I wouldn't say they are owing, they are evading. Because, we are owned by governments. Governments funds us and everything. So there's this complacency, there's,
But you see, when you put it that way too, someone can ask you, what is the basis of your accusation or your allegation?
I'm coming there because
please come.
One of the challenges that one can say constituted to this will be inconsistent tax compliance, because most of these companies deliberately, as I said, do not want to contribute to the revenue generation from the Ghana. In 2021, according to the Auditor General's report, a review that Cocoa Board owed GRA over 451 million Ghana cedis in outstanding taxes. And the report noted that Cocoa Board had deliberately failed to pay the taxes despite generating significant revenue from cocoa exports that particular year. And also in 2020, it was also recorded in the same Auditor's General's report that VRA owed GRA over 400 million Ghana cedis in unpaid taxes, including income tax and other taxes. And the report also indicated that VRA had allegedly refused to pay the taxes, citing financial constraints and disputes over tax assessment. These are the records.
The aspect of evading, not all of them, because on record, speaking concerning the Ghana ACL, that's Ghana Ports Company Limited, they in 2018 or 2016, 2015, they enjoyed tax waiver sake of construction work that they were doing. And when you talk about tax waiver, that is they apply to the ministry or to GRA and to Parliament that because of what we are doing, we want you to take off this tax from us. We are not going to pay for this year's tax. And Parliament gave them that go ahead. To why? Because they were, as at then, building a project. When they take that of the Kumasi International Airport, when they were starting the phase 2, that's somewhere 2018, they also applied to Parliament for tax waiver. And the amount was, let me get it right here. The amount involved was almost 49,672,052 Ghana cedis as tax waiver that they give to GACL because of the construction of Kumasi International Airport. The same thing applies to GAC. Also, when they were the phase 2 of Tamale International Airport, they also applied to Parliament for tax waiver. So mostly it's not deliberate. Some might be deliberate, but others too is not
That's
deliberate.
Why I said some.
Yes, some. And others too is not deliberate. And when you go to the aspect of ECG, ECG in 2023 April, ECG wrote to GRA that they were a negotiation of tax waiver of an amount of 600 million Ghana cedis. The basis is that they will not be able to pay such an amount. So GRA should consider them and take off such tax obligation from them, so they would pay the rest of it. But even taking off 600 million Ghana cedis, they were still owing over 1 billion.
Why? How did we get there? That is why I'm saying the inconsistent tax compliance is a major factor, because there are so many things that feed into this. We have administrative challenges. We have dispute over tax assessment. This leadership or this set of leaders want to assess the tax in this particular way. Another, that kind of confusion also creates, accumulation of the taxes, and at the end of the day, they are not able to pay the taxes. Yes,
so I think the chairman for the Public Accounts Committee, yesterday I followed it, asked the Honorable Minister, that's the Deputy Minister, that is Ministry of State in terms of Finance, Honorable Abena Osei Asare. And she said that the chairman asked that what happens if these entities are unable to pay? What is your next step? She said that they will write it to Parliament for tax waiver for these entities. When talk about tax waiver, it means they are not going to pay. It's going to be a bad debt to them. They are going to write it off. That's not fair. Yes, because if I am paying income tax every month, you deduct it from source, then the corporate tax, then they also are supposed to pay. So you see, there are going to be introduction of new taxation system. That is a modification taxation system, where it's going to be more of electronic, digital means. So I think the rep of GRA on that board meeting, public accounts meeting yesterday, another honorable member asked him that what happens if people are failing to pay? How would this introduction of digital system help in solving this? He made a statement. He said that when you fail to pay your tax, you are not going to get tax clearance. Because automatically the system will not allow you to clear yourself. And if the system does not allow you to clear yourself, you just imagine the kind of situation you are going to face. So I think the various state institutions, and as Mimi said, you only pay tax when you have profits. Tax is only calculated on your profits. So if these people are having issues with taxation, it means that
they are having issues with their profits.
Yes. So when your book is read, there's no way they will tax profit on. They will tax. They will tax your book as being read. So if your book is showing at least it's good, and you've been able to cater for all your operating expenses, you've been able to cater for all your fixed expenses, then what prevents you from paying tax? Because these taxes are what they use to fund these very organizations we have. So if these corporate entities fail to pay tax, then what happens to the sector we find ourselves?
It's not small money.
And even my question is, so you mentioned corporate tax as well. And these companies have employees. These are people working in the company, generating some amount of money, because these people get paid at the end of the month. From management down to the cleaner or the last person. So if these monies are being generated, how come taxes are not being taken out of it to be paid?
The taxes are being taken out,
and they are not being paid because these same companies pay their employees SNIT, right? And I'm sure it's been calculated into their budget. So if they've been able to accumulate this amount of debt, then it means that there is something going on. There is something wrong, because for a state entity to decide or to be found lacking in this.
What will private entities say?
What would we, the common
That's what I'm saying. It is not fair. If someone is to read this right now, and the person is a private, investor or something, they will say, "Oh, government is not even paying."
A company like ECG, if you are unfortunately on postpaid,
it's good you use unfortunately, because it's a serious situation.
And your money has been calculated for you, you are not able to pay, you will not have access to electricity.
So
and sometimes some people even complain that the amount of electricity they use does not tally with the amount of money they are supposed to
when you
pay.
check the receipts, there is tax.
Yes, and all of those things, all these monies are being paid. I mean, the whole country uses electricity.
Of course.
We are all paying for it, whether prepaid, postpaid, mid-paid, all the kinds of paid. We are paying for electricity. So all this money, are you saying that after paying your employees is finished, you can't pay tax?
I think for the ECG story, I also read through it. As at 2023, you see they were embarking on this revenue mobilization exercise because a lot of people were not paying their electricity bill and stuff, even including some state agencies and some ministries. So you can see that the issue is not only about taxation from corporate entity or state entity. Even in ECG, they also face the same issue. We were here, some ministries, even parliament had issue with electricity. So as at 2023, ECG tax, their revenue mobilization, they targeted an amount, I think, 5.1 billion Ghana cedis, but they were able to recoup 2.2 billion Ghana cedis. So because of what they recoup, they were not able to, they can't settle the tax, the total tax obligation they owe, because they need to pay some, organization that supply them power. I think we heard of ECG owing other, like Gridco and other people.
Yeah.
So
but we are not saying they should clear all their debt. I mean, a portion of it to show some kind of commitment, right?
Arrange it, divide it. All of us here, when we get our salaries, even if you're not able to pay everything, you pay me, oh, please, next month I'll come and top up. I pay you next month. So why can't they just rather spread it? And then it is a show of even good faith. That's okay. We're not taking advantage of the amount of power we have here, because in ECG or Ghana Airports Commission, Ghana Airports
Company Limited.
Company Limited, sorry. These are institutions that are very, very instrumental in our Ghanaian lives here and everything. They're not, it gives them that, oh, okay, we understand that, yes, work may not be, always on the high, but you've paid something.
And the fact that you are even a state entity, they have that kind of, compassion for you.
Yeah.
I mean, so...
But sometimes, too, I think that some do get cocky. Because seeing as you are probably like top government institution, you may think we can shut you down right now.
I was shocked when I saw, names like ECG, Ghana Airports. I was like, these are big state entities. So what's up?
But you see, it's not only the state entities, some even private people are still owing taxes. Because yesterday the public accounts committee, they mentioned of other companies that are owing, and I can't really talk about mention their names here. But you see, some have written to the Commissioner General that they should please waive some of their taxes off. That's the interest rate. But the Commissioner General wrote back to them telling them that she's not having that power unless Parliament agree to do that.
Even if that is agreed on, they need to sign a bond, because if if we should waive your taxes, you will still go back. You will still go back into doing the same thing.
Yes. So you see, that's very interesting, because the rep for GRA yesterday, the public committee chair asked him that what happens if one fails to pay his taxes. He said the last thing for them to do is to sell off the property of the company. So yes. Oh no, it's state owned, so I think they won't do that. So let's say if private entities owing GRA an amount of tax and the last thing for them to do is they will sell your property and make sure they just defray that.
We need to still hit on the state entities, because we need to hold them accountable. It is state owned.
Okay, so our very own Obiba Wilson has sent his message, and he says, good morning, Yaira and your team. I haven't been happy since Friday, but at least seeing you guys has given me hope. God richly bless you all. Obiba Wilson, thank you so much for your comments. We are happy to make you happy today. So yes, the last, so
I think that's the last.
We have a birthday message for your segment. So yes, the last story here says, help put an end to harmful cultural customs traditional leaders have pleaded. And this is from, so this story here says, Dr. Wilfred Okan, The UNFPA's resident representative in Ghana has advocated for cooperative efforts with traditional authorities to assist in eradicating cultural practices and norms that undermine the development but also violate other people's human rights. And it says here, traditional leaders can leverage their cultural authority and community standing to significantly advance women's rights, gender equality, and empowerment, and create more inclusive societies, he explained. Traditional authorities, including chiefs and queen mothers, served as pivotal intermediaries for development and wielded significant power, which empowered them to review any cultural practice, including child marriage, that affected their people and did not promote development. I'm happy to hear this.
Oh, it's a good cause. I mean, to empower traditional leaders to take up, you know, how do I put it? Like
initiative.
Yes, to help stop or curb these harmful practices. I think it's a good thing, but I also think the approach must be examined well, because I mean, these people, these traditional leaders still hold on to some of their customs and traditions, and so in as much as we are giving them the power, some will also feel complicit in exercising that power. So we say, oh, we still have to do this right because traditionally it is right for us to do it. We have to perform this right because it is our culture, it's our customs, even if it's going against the person's morality and other things. And the education should also go further to hint on the fact that women, children, and the vulnerable group need close attention and care. And so that should be like the brain behind how do I put it? They initiating anything to help the community members, right? So if I know I have to take care of women, I have to take care of girls, right? Like the female genital mutilation, child marriages, and all those things, I would have to think about it, better before implementing it or initiating it.
Even on the education front, I think that we have to, or the education has to go deep into the effects of these things, where even some of the elders in the community who have undergone some of these harmful practices in the name of culture, they come and speak up about the effects these things have had on them, like the female genital mutilation. There are types, and there are types where the whole place is sewed up and left with a very, very small opening. Already, childbirth with a normal female genital is enough pain and suffering, or it's excruciating enough. So imagine having the whole place sewn and having a human head now tear through that, all of that. These are things that should be brought out into the public for people to understand that no, this is not right. This is something that can kill somebody, because even the cutting method where they cut some parts of the genital can lead to bleeding, very, very serious bleeding, severe bleeding that can lead to death. And if, they know that the people die and everything, but if we bring it down to their level of understanding, they would be able to take up, cutting out these things. I mean, there are certain places that have stopped the female genital mutilation, breast ironing, hip flattening and things. If we educate people on the effects, they would, and then also, if we take out, if these traditional leaders come up to ban child marriages, things like using your child to pay off a debt would stop. Because that is where, I think that's one of the places it stems from. Because Mimi's child is now with Clement as some debt payment, wife-to-be. He now feels like he has the autonomy or authority to do whatever he pleases with the child. And that's a child, regardless of whether the mother owes you anything. It is a child. So when we bring it down to this level that, look, you went through so much pain because of these cultural practices. Do you want to still see this happening? Do you not have any empathy for the young girls or young children coming up? Then this way, because sometimes even our parents, when we talk to them about how they used to beat us and things, you realize that they become much calmer, they feel bad, and even they are less brutal with maybe our kids that come. They are more calm and sweet to their grandchildren. So I think it all boils back down to education. And I'm glad that this call has been made, and we are hoping to get some collaboration from the traditional leaders in the communities.
Yeah. I think you said it all.
I've said it all.
Oh
yes.
yeah, you said everything that every reasonable person would also say.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing much to add up.
Thank you so much. So, yes, this brings us to the end of the online and newspaper review with my co-hosts Clement Yabankwe and Miss Miriam Abnadidi. Up next is the lifestyle segment, and as you heard us earlier, we've been talking about the International Friendship Day, and we said you can send in your comments, your wishes, your heartfelt messages to your friends. Call in and give your friends a shout out. And this is for the lifestyle segment, where we are going to be talking about friendships, fostering unity, everything, with two very beautiful guests. Just stay tuned. Right after this break, Miriam and her guests will be here to talk about friendship.
Clog TV. Beyond the Policy.
As in today's world full of information, we sift through the lot to bring you credible, timely, and informative news updates.
We give you true, happening, detailed stories on our news line to make sure the public is well informed. When it breaks, we are there. Being it local, international, and business, Express Update is always there to cover.
And in the world of sports, we bring you the best sports updates locally and internationally. Join the news team on Clog TV for all your news updates.
Tell them what they happen. You send the mix.
Join me, Annabelle Beverly, and Edna Watson on Old School Ride. Let's get interactive and get to know our old legends. Showing this on every Friday, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. and repeat on Saturdays at 3 to 4 p.m. on Clog TV. Old School Ride. Let's vibe with the...
I want to take a moment and thank everyone in law enforcement who helped us in the search for our beloved daughter.
There's no point hiding things from me.
You're psychic?
No, just paying attention. I've been watching you and your husband. I understand what you're feeling right now.
You have no idea.
I do. I know. Did you kill your daughter? How dare you? Did you kill your daughter? Jude, please. Honestly, it's not as bad as it looks.
Classic Red John smiley face. Drawn in the victim's blood. Gloves with 3 fingers of his right hand.
This isn't Red John. In all the previous killings, he made sure that the first thing that anyone sees is the face on the wall. Then, and only then, do you see the body of the victim. This time, I will make damn sure that he stays dead. I don't know how to stop him.
You start by letting people help you.
But he's gonna come after you.
Let him come. I'm not that easy to kill.
There's a new player we've been tracking. We've been calling him Deathstroke. Find him.
This started with the 2 of us. That's how it ends.
You can't go out there by yourself. It's suicide.
They're designated Task Force X.
Welcome to the Suicide Squad.
OJ and Charles Manson one available?
Deadshot is a go.
Shrapnel's a go.
Tiger's a go.
I created the Huntress.
Yeah, well, you created Slade too.
I have my allies, just as you have yours.
Be prepared for anything.
If they're wearing a mask, they get a bullet.
Once you let the darkness inside, it never comes out.
What are you gonna do? Kill me.
I need my gun, Kane. I need the gun. You will have the gun as soon.
Hey, what's up, bro? It's great. How you doing?
You my brother, my friend, yeah. And I never leave like you were. Because of you, I leave my girl. Because of you, I fight my parents. Even because of you, I choose some friends, yeah. So I am worthy of your friendship. No, I can't come here, yeah. Please don't tell me that you're leaving me. Promise that we go die together, marry together, and live forever. I don't wanna lose you for something. I mean it for something, for something. And I know you know they hide anything from me. But there is something I want to know. Are you leaving me lonely, oh my brother?
P-I-S-A.
No, I can't come here,
together forever, we lived like brothers, friends like brothers, love like others, hand in hand, we fought all our enemies and one on one, we loved all our families, my brother, your brother, my father, your father, my mother, your mother, my girl, your girl. So now, why do you wanna put this ascender? Remember the days we run this whole place, remember the football we used to play, remember the girls we used to chase. I know, oh yes, remember that day. Now me, this is B-I-S-A. How can I live a life without my friend with me? Side by side, I need you by my side.
Please don't tell me that you're leaving me. Promise that we come here, please don't tell me that you're leaving me. Promise that we go die together, marry together, and live forever. Eh? So you're bad in your suffering.
You're bad in your suffering.
Brother, come.
And good morning once again. You're welcome back. It is still the Cocoa Digest morning show, making waves on the screen of Clock TV and also from the studios here in Ministries Accra. And of course, as we have already told you, we are very thrilled to get to know them better. And so I have with me Nyaneba and also Naki. They are also known as N and N. They are going to explain how that name came about. And so you can join the conversation by sending your comments on our WhatsApp number, which is being displayed on the screen. And fortunately, we are opening the lines for, a few people to call and then wish their friends some, anything of the show. Hello, ladies. Hi. Oh, hello, ladies. Hi. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
I'm good. No, you guys will be wondering who is Naki and who is Nyaneba. So let's get to, familiarize ourselves with you guys. So.
Okay, so I am Naki and she's Nyaneba.
Okay, so how did you girls meet?
That's a long story.
We want a very short one.
So it all started when I was doing my internship at one marketing agency, and she was doing her NSS at that time. We're not close. I didn't even want to like get to know anybody there. Like I come to do my internship, I close, I go home. But I had one close friend there who was a guy, and he had a car. So we happened to go to the same direction one day. She was also she's going to Spencer's and I'm going to Tema. So we were sitting in the guy's car and the guy was not. Okay, I'll come back to okay.
Okay, so we have to go for a quick break. We'll be right back. A very quick one. We'll be right back.
Clog TV. Beyond the policy.
I just want to take a moment and thank everyone in law enforcement who helped us in the search for our beloved daughter.
There's no point hiding things from me.
You're psychic?
No, just paying attention. I've been watching you and your husband. I understand what you're feeling right now.
You have no idea.
I do. I know.
Did you kill your daughter?
How dare you?
Did you kill your daughter? Jude, please. Honestly, it's not as bad as it looks.
Classic Red John is the face on the wall. Then, and only then, do you see the body of the victim.
I'm in Rome.
I want answers. Closure. I need that for my children. I'm just trying to find out who killed my wife.
Upstairs is giving us the organized crime task force. Elliot is not in charge of it.
Who is?
Detective.
I'd kind of like an introduction.
I run a legitimate business enterprise.
And my job is to catch scumbags. There's no doubt in my mind, I know what you are.
Extraordinary accusations call for extraordinary evidence, Detective. Prove it.
I will. Eli, get inside. Get inside.
We can nail the son of a bitch who did this to your family.
I was a damn good cop 12 years ago. I'm a better cop now.
Tell you what happened. You send the mix.
Join me, Annabelle Beverly, and Edna Watson on Old School Ride. Let's get interactive and get to know our old legends. Showing this on every Friday, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. and repeat on Saturdays at 3 to 4 p.m. on Clog TV. Old School Ride. Let's vibe with the legend.
Tigress! I'm the big fat panda.
The whooshy finger hold. Oh, you know this hold. Did not see that coming.
Choose someone else.
Clog TV. Beyond the policy. Clog TV. Beyond the policy.
And you are welcome back. It is still the lifestyle segment here on the Cocoa Digest Morning Show. And thank you for staying with us even till now. As I said earlier, we are celebrating International Friendship Day today. And I have with me two young ladies who have been friends for quite, some time. And just as we went before we went for the break, Naki was telling us, how she met Nyaneba. So I think we can continue now.
Okay, so when we were in the car, she was seated in the car and I was also in the front seat. But we're not talking to each other. She was on a call. She had a whole conversation and then she lashed out and started crying. And I was seated in the car. I didn't know what to do. So I had to console her. So I was like, and then I heard a part of the conversation, and then she because she was in that sad mood, she started telling me everything, and then I advised her, and she's my senior, but I was advising her.
You see, that's the beauty of friendship.
Yeah, I advised her, and that was it. I didn't think we were friends, so. We're coming to work, all right, but we're not talking as a trim, so everybody's doing what they want to do. The one time I didn't come to work, and then she checked up on me, and that was it.
Oh, Nyaneba, is that a case?
That was the case.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me ask you.
Okay.
What was your first impression when you met Naki?
Okay, so my first impression was, so when I
what did you make of her? What kind of person is
when I saw her, instantly I didn't like her.
Yeah.
Because I said, picture, she's here, she's there. Everybody's mentioning her name at work. Everybody's saying Naki here, Naki there, Naki. And I'm like, who is this? When I'm here, you get it. I never, if somebody told me the first day I walked into the office that Naki and I will be friends, trust me.
You wouldn't have believed.
There was no way I was going to believe that, but here we are.
Yeah, Naki, how about you? Well, you told us how you met her, but what was your first impression about her?
I didn't really make anything of her. I just saw her as someone that's also in the office. I was there before she came, though. Came to meet me there, and I just saw her
But during that time, did you really need a friend in your life as at that time?
Oh, I just came out of a friendship breakup, and you know how bad that hits.
Yeah,
so I didn't
terrible.
think I wanted to be friends, get close to somebody like that again.
Yeah.
No.
It means she came into your life to fill a gap, right?
She didn't really fill a gap.
Or you filled a gap?
I filled her gap.
Oh, okay.
But she didn't fill a gap in my because I felt like I was okay. I didn't need a friend, but she has contributed a lot in my life.
Yeah.
But she didn't fill a gap.
I can see that, and that has brought you guys thus far. I mean, to be called to join us celebrate International Friendship Day. That should tell you how important your friendship is. But let me ask you, Nyaneba, what's your take on friendship? To you, what would you say friendship is?
I think friendship is like having that one person in your corner who is there for you, not just by mouth, but is there.
Yeah.
You see that one person that, you guys are not from the same womb, but when something happens, that's the first person you want to call instantly. That's the first person that comes into your mind. That's friendship, and I feel like friendship is beautiful.
Yeah.
You
can see that.
Friendship is really beautiful.
What's your take on friendship?
I think with girl friendship, I would just say it's a sisterhood. Once you have someone you call a friend, you just have to treat the person like your sister, and treat the person like your boyfriend. How you treat your boyfriend, that's exactly how you treat your
How do
friendship.
you treat your boyfriend?
Let me give you just this instance. You know, with girls, when we are in a relationship and the guy is toxic, and the guy will do something to you, a bit but you will never leave the boy. You get angry, but you come back. That's how we should treat our friendship. That's all.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. Well, if you just joined us, we just started, and so we are inviting you to, pick up the call line and call to wish your friends, a happy Friendship Day, because most of us do not do that. This is an opportunity for you to call that friend and tell her how much he or she means to you, or the role they play in your life. And they are going to be excited about that. Let me come back to you, ladies. Okay, Nyaniba, you look very calmer than, you are the loud.
On some days we are here.
All on the same
the energy, it depends on, I feel like it depends on the mood.
Yeah.
Yes, but we have like crazy energy. And if we have to talk about the calm one amongst us, I think
you'll be the one. Or
I'll be the one.
Yes. I've known Naki from UCC.
Thank you.
I don't think someone would tag her as a calm person.
And trust me, nobody would want to tag me as a calm person too. But between Naki and I,
you would be the calm.
I think she just wants to say that she's a bit at the emotional
Naki,
side.
nobody's talking about him.
And I am not.
You are not. You are the tough. Because there was this time I joined your live and someone passed the comments. You didn't like it. Immediately, we're looking for the block option. Where's the block? Let me just block the person. I was like,
no nonsense.
Well, let me come back to you, Janiba.
Okay.
What would you say is the most memorable thing that you girls did that have brought your friendship this far?
Wow.
That one thing.
There's a lot of memories. I can't even wow. Naki, do you have something? Do you remember something like instantly?
For you, I would say it was probably her birthday, and I think before her birthday this particular year.
Naki, I want to talk about it. I just remembered. Okay, yes. Okay. Fast forward my birthday. Before my birthday, I had no plans because I was going through a lot. I had just moved from my dad's house to try and live alone. It was hard. Naki was there with me throughout, and I don't even want to go into details. And then I think my birthday was approaching, and I kept saying that, birthday with the main Madrid free so because money has been spent in places that is needed. And Naki kept telling me, Naniba, we will do it. We will have this birthday.
She's always that
we will enjoy.
Friend.
Naki is that friend that see if your soul is down. God, if your soul can never be down around here.
Yeah.
So fast forward, I know my birthday, nothing is going to happen. But the kind of positivity my friend kept putting in my head, you wouldn't believe that my birthday we even spent this was literally my best birthday ever. Ever. Just because I had that one friend who was still telling me that it doesn't matter the situation. Fun will still come last, and fun came. So Charlie, we enjoyed.
Naki, do you also share the same view?
I think she's big on birthdays, right? Me, birthday is birthday. I like birthdays, but she's big. She wants to celebrate her birthday. She wants to do this. She wants to do that, and. For me, I don't share the same view. That's her memory, but I have a different one.
Okay, let's hear that.
Okay, that will be as she said, I'm a bit of the hard one, and I always want things to be done the right way. Even though I like to have fun, I always want things to be done the right way. And sometimes how I project my views come off as I'm being disrespectful to her because she's the oldest amongst the two of us.
I think we have a caller on the line. Okay. Let's take that. Hello.
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 Hello. Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
So please, I'm calling from Takoradi.
Hello.
Hello, I'm calling from Takoradi.
I think his line is not stable. We can't really. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, please, your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, I'm calling from Takoradi.
Okay.
I want to wish my best friend his phone with him. As a matter of fact, I remember with that school time. This young guy wakes me up early in the morning. That it's time for lecture, and I will not mind him. And this guy will wake me. I want to wish him happy International Friendship Day.
Thank you so much for bringing in your message all the way from Takoradi. We really appreciate that, and we want to encourage all our viewers to, I think he's still on the line. Okay, yeah. So we want to encourage our viewers to also take up the line and call to wish their friends. And I hope you're also enjoying the conversation. You can also send your questions or, comments to Naki and Yaniba. Anything you want to tell them or ask them, they are right here with us, and we are going to answer that. Let's get back to you. So what were you just saying? You were sharing your view, right?
So sometimes when I want to communicate something, because I want things to be done the right way, it comes off like I'm being authoritative, and most of the time that's what brings misunderstandings. But I feel like she has that tolerance for me. Yes. Even though she get angry, she still tolerates me. Like she knows that this is how she is, and she respects the fact that every time Naki says something, she's right.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Wow, that's very nice. Let me still stay with you, Naki. You made mention of the fact that you had just come out from, a friendship that had ended.
Yeah.
Can you briefly walk us through what led to the end of that friendship? Because most people have the perception that friendship is bad. So even before, having this conversation, we interacted with a lot of people and they were like, I don't have friends. I don't do this. For you guys to come this long way, I mean, we appreciate you guys for sharing your memories and thoughts with us. But let's try to talk about the reality. What ended that friendship?
I feel like I was blindsided in that friendship, because I was in that friendship with my whole heart. I was in the university and that was my only friend. I think you knew me from the university.
Yes, I do.
I'm very loud. I am, but I'm not the type that likes to go out. Let's go to the club. Let's go and party. Like Manoya Dinkeke. I'm the type that after lectures, I'll go and be my mom, watch TV.
That's Naki.
That's true. You can ask anybody. That's true.
That's so true.
Wow.
That's me. I'm not the type that likes to do hard party. Like I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke. I don't do nothing. I'm just that type of girl. So I had this friend that she was my only friend. Okay.
I think we have another caller. Hello.
Hello,
dear. Please, your name and where you're calling from.
Please, I'm Era from Ministry of Finance.
Okay. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I want to wish my friend from Kina Farmer a happy International Friendship Day.
Okay.
And today happens to be her birthday. I want to wish her a happy birthday too.
Okay. Thank you so much, Era. I hope your friend will also be watching. And thank you so much for bringing in your wish. Let's get back to you, Naki.
Okay, so I had this friend that she was my only friend. That's like my only friend. She's the only person that comes to my room and the only person I'm allowed to sleep on my bed. Nobody sleeps on my bed. Nobody sits on my bed. Yes. Like, I'm not the type of person that, like, because you're my friend, I'll share everything with you. No.
I think Nyaniba wanted to say something to that.
No, I wanted to say that she said she had, like, just one friend. And I wanted to add that Naki is that type of person that she holds on to just one person. If you are in her life, it's just you.
She's that one person.
And if you are unavailable, sorry. If you are, because it's just you. You get it. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to add to what she was saying.
She was my only friend. She's the only person I go to. She's and I also thought I'm the only person she comes to, but it turned out that I wasn't the only person she comes to. I heard a lot of things. Like, even when I was friends with her, people kept on telling me that this your friend does not like you. This your friend is this. This your friend is that. But I felt like I know this person. And I don't think what you people think of her is how she actually is. But it turned out that that's exactly how she is. And just when I started finding out everything
started making sense.
Everything started making sense. But I didn't want to end that friendship.
Yeah.
But she ended the friendship, went to Snapchat, said a whole lot of things about me. I never said anything to date. And I don't know why she did that.
So how long did it take you to meet Nyaneba?
I think it took me like a year and a half after that to meet Nyaneba.
So how long have you been friends?
I think we've been friends for quite a number of time, a number of years.
Yes, yeah.
It's not, I think I'll just say that.
Take it like that.
Yeah.
Nyaneba, you wanted to say something? Okay, so staying on unavailability, the issue of unavailability, we are all busy. Like, Ghana is very hot, a lot of things are running through our minds, but how do you girls make up for each other? Because I know you work or you don't work, right?
One thing about our friendship right now is Naki has 9 to 5. Naki does 9 to 5, and I work from home.
Okay.
Yes, I work from home. So we plan. Probably if we know we'll be going out next week, we are planning this week. Or if we know Naki is doing this, we need to do that. We are planning this week because probably next week we are going to get it done. Yeah, I think we just plan. Literally.
And also we get in touch, like we talk to each other almost all the time.
Yeah.
Every
like
day.
even when I'm at work.
How often do you call each other?
Immediately I see gist, I'm forwarding it to Naki first. And after I forward it and she's not seeing it, I'll call her and remind her that.
I think we are always communicating.
Yeah.
Because I can be at work and we are on FaceTime.
Yeah.
We are not talking to each other, but we are on FaceTime.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's take some comments here. D&J Ventures is saying, good morning, Clock TV. And he added some fire emojis. And we have Ackman Multimedia. He's also saying, good morning, I'm Jack, watching you live from Spintex. Thank you so much. And we have TA, and he's also saying, Naki and Nyaneba, I love you both so much. Okay, I think they also love you back. They are blowing you some kisses. Yeah. So we're still on the busy schedules. You guys making time for each other, right? But Naki, how would you say this friendship has impacted your life, your personal growth?
With impact, let Nyaneba do that.
Okay. But the question was for you. Or like in my, like,
yes.
Okay.
How would you say it has impacted your life?
In so many ways. So many ways. Anybody that knows Nyaneba some years back knows that there's a lot of change. Sometimes people can just enter my DM and go like, I like the fact that you've changed your circle. You are growing beautifully. The nice thing about this friendship is that people are seeing our kwewo.
Yes.
You get it?
Yes.
People are seeing the change.
Of course.
Because trust me, I wasn't like this. I don't even want to go into details, but I wasn't like this at all. And I met Naki and I realized that, bro,
everything changed.
Like,
for you.
I'm not even wearing something decent and come and sit here.
Wow.
Yeah, like Naki has really, I'm trying so hard not to go into details.
Okay.
Because maybe I'll end up saying, but there's been a lot of change.
Yeah, you've said
there's been a lot of change.
So we are going to have a short challenge here.
Okay.
So, Naki, you tell me what Nyaneba says. So Nyaneba once said, you just tell me 3, and then Nyaneba also tell me what Naki usually says. So let's start with Naki. Nyaneba once said,
Naki, you don't have any idea. You have no idea.
Again, Nyaneba once said.
Nyaneba once said.
Let's come to Nyaneba. Nyaneba, Naki once said.
You behave.
Naki once said.
Piscololo.
Nyaneba once said Piscololo. Nyaneba once said Piscololo.
Naki once said. Akwewo.
Naki, Nyaneba once said. Last one.
Naki, you have to understand me. I am not like that.
I'm trying.
Okay. So your last words, Naki, what would you say to anyone watching us today? I mean, your friendship has gone a long way to even bring you on TV national television, that means you're doing a good thing out there. What would you say to people that do not appreciate friendship?
I think I want to go first.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like there are lots of things that we as humans allow to affect us. I want to talk about one or two things that Naki and I don't include in our friendship, and it helps briefly. Thank you. Naki's partner is not my friend.
Okay.
Naki's friend is not my friend.
Yeah.
Because one of the main things that brings quarrels and all these things is men.
Yeah.
Men drama.
Yeah.
Yes. And then we've taken that thing out. So apart from that, then you get it. It's all fine. Like everything is fun.
Yeah.
So you just don't make friends with your friend's boyfriend or friends. That's a no-no. That's like one of the major things like I would really advise. Just don't involve your relationship with your friendship.
Let me take yours and then sign out.
I said it before that you treat your friendship like how you treat your relationship. A lot of people are under our comment section saying that I need a bestie, but do you have what it takes to maintain a best friend?
Yeah.
Because it's like a relationship time, and then rethink the whole thing and come back. But this is the reason why a lot of friendship don't last long. Because once you get angry or you're not analyzing the situation. You're not seeing what she did like a year ago that helped you. You're not seeing what she did like 2 minutes ago that really helped you. You're standing on the fact that she did this and you're ending the friendship. So I think if we are all treating our friendship like how we treat our relationship, we'll all go a long way. Because people evolve. Let me add that. People evolve.
Yeah. Exactly. Your social media handles, please.
Okay, I think we are N on TikTok. That's for the two of us. And I am Naki on TikTok. She's Nyaneba on TikTok.
Other socials?
Instagram,
I am Muskini Franca. She's Nyaneba X's.
Nyaneba.
And on Snapchat too, I am Muskini Franca. Twitter, I'm Muskini Franca.
Muskini indeed.
Muskini indeed, though.
I can smell money all over you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for, joining us today to have this conversation. I believe our audience or viewers have really had a great time. I mean, you girls are so inspiring and entertaining. I mean, you made me laugh the whole of the interview, and I think you girls deserve much platforms to educate people on friendships. Well, this is where we draw the curtains for the lifestyle segment here on the Cocoa Digest Morning Show. My name is Miriam Abena Adede, and up next we have the birthday segment. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
I heard today was your birthday. I heard today was your birthday. I heard today was your birthday. I heard today was your birthday.
And you're welcome back. It is time for us to celebrate amazing personalities here on the Cocoa Digest Morning Show. And we are starting off with our first birthday celebrant. Okay, and this is to Abriwaba. The person is saying, glorious birthday to Abriwaba. God bless you. And this is from the Clocksack Band to Auntie Effie, and they are saying a happy resplendent birthday to you, Auntie Effie. May the good Lord bless you with long life and prosperity from the entire Clocksack Band. We say we love you so, so much. And this is to my very good friend, David. And I'm saying a happy birthday to my dearest friend, David. May the good Lord enlarge your coast and take you far in life. And this is from, we have this to Henry, and the person is saying, another year older, and you just keep stronger, wiser, funnier, and more amazing. Have a very blissful birthday, my friend. And this is from Mom to Jacinta Adom Yenbill. And your mother is saying a happy belated birthday, my angel. May the Almighty God bless you with wisdom and knowledge. This is from Michael Oklu, and he's wishing his friend or his best friend on this special day, and may the lines fall for her in pleasant places. Happy birthday, Mr. Jeffrey Kofi Esiedu. Happiest birthday, my better half. I appreciate you for always being here for me. May the Almighty bless you and favor you. Love. This is also from Yaira to Zainab Bashiru, and she's saying, happy birthday to Zainab Bashiru. May God bless you and keep you in all your ways. May your finals be seamless with flying colors ahead. Okay, and we also have a birthday message here. Good morning, I'm Agnes from Labadi. I want to wish my very own friend Abigail a happy birthday. May God grant her all her heart's desires. Okay. So these are the few birthday messages we have today, and this is where we end the segment. My name is Miriam Abnadede. Please stay with us. Yaira and her guests have more discussions. Actually, Clement Yabankwe is taking us into the world of business. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Gun, Kane. I need the gun. You will have the gun as soon as you tell me.
What's that? What are you doing?
Painkillers.
Oh, for your leg.
No, because they're yummy. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm too stoned to tell.
Where are you?
I got a 1013. A Vic near Center Street.
Liv! He tried to kill her. He tried to kill Kathy.
Who's he working for?
NYPD. He's the international liaison in Rome.